Hello everyone, Cousin here, and in this video, I'm gonna be solving Wordle number 1356 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for March 6th, 2025. So let's get this video started with Wordle number 1356. I'm gonna start with the word maybe. Alright, got the A and E yellow, so these two letters go somewhere else in this word. Could probably be EA like this, or like this. Let's try heart and see what happens. Oh, alright, so I placed R and T. Now, A can only go first, and that also forces E into the third position. So, I'm seeing the word alert. Let's try that. And it is the Wordle answer. Alright, got it in 3 tries. Got very, very lucky on my second guess, because after I guessed heart, I basically forced the A, E, R, and T into position. So I can immediately see the word alert, which was today's Wordle answer. Alright, so yeah, I got very lucky today. I'll absolutely take that. Very decent performance. So yeah, got today's Wordle answer alert in 3 tries. This is Wordle number 1356. Let's now move on to New York Times Sudoku. Again, today is March 6th, 2025. Let's start the hard difficulty Sudoku for today. So these fours force the digit 4 into one of these two cells in block 2. These fours force the digit 4 into one of these two cells in block 6. Okay, the digit 6 in block 5 is forced into this cell. These 5s point right. Okay, these 8s points down, and this cell sees another 8. So in block 9, the digit 8 is forced into this cell. These 8s point left, and these 8s also point left. We have these 8s pointing up, and this cell sees another 8. So in block 2, the digit 8 is forced into this cell. Now in column 1, the digit 8 is missing. But these open cells see another 8. So now, if you look again at column 1, there is only one cell available for 8. This is the only cell that does not see another 8. So I must put an 8 into this cell, because it's the only cell where I can go in this column. So for column 1, the digit 8 is forced into this cell, because all other open cells in this column see another 8. So it can only go here for the column. Alright, after I place this 8, the digit 4 in block 2 is then forced into this cell. Okay, this 3 points right, forcing the digit 3 into this cell in block 2. And these 3s point down. We also have these 3s pointing right. In block 2, the missing digits are 2, 5, and 9. This cell sees 2, so it's 5 on 9, 2, 5, 9, and this cell sees a 5, so it's 2 on 9 only. Now, it does mean that the other 3 open cells in row 1 form a 1, 6, 7 triple, because they are the other missing digits of this row. This cell sees a 6, so it's 1 or 7 only. Now, these 9s point left, so 9 ends up in one of these two cells. Oh, okay, so in column 4, the digits 4 and 7 are missing. This cell sees 4 and 7, and this cell also sees 4 and 7. So in order to fit both 4 and 7 into column 4, I have to make these two cells reserved for 4 and 7. Because both 4 and 7 can only go into these two cells in this column. So I have to make these two cells reserved for 4 and 7 in order to fit both of them into the column. So these two cells form a 4-7 pair. This 4-7 pair eliminates all other digits from these two cells. And it makes the other two cells in this column a 5-9 pair. Okay, the digit 1 in block 8 is forced into one of these two cells. I might have to just fill in some rows or columns. So let's have a look at column 1. The missing digits are 2, 4, 6, and 9. This cell sees 2, so it's 4, 6, or 9. These two cells see 6, so they can contain 2, 4, or 9. This cell sees a 4, so it's 2, 6, or 9. The missing digits of block 5 are 1, 4, 7, and 9. This cell sees 4, so it's 1, 7, 9. These two cells see 7, so they are possible to contain 1, 4, or 9. Okay, the missing digits of row 8 are 2, 3, 5, 8, and 9. This cell sees 2, 8, and 9, so it can only contain either 3 or 5. 2, 3, 5, 8, 9. It sees 3 and 8, so it can only contain 2, 5, or 9. Oh, this 7 points down and this 7 points right. So in block 9, the digit 7 is forced into row 7. So 7 in block 8 is forced into one of these two cells. Okay, let's have a look at row 3. 1, 2, 5, and 9 are the missing digits. These two cells see 9 and this cell sees 1. So it's 2, 5, 1, 2, 5. Oh, okay, I've been missing this for quite a long time, which is in column 7. In column 7, the digits 6 and 7 are missing. These two cells see 6 and 7, and this cell also sees 6 and 7. So in order to fit both 6 and 7 into column 7, I have to make these two cells reserved for 6 and 7. So these two cells form a 6-7 pair, and it eliminates all other digits from these two cells, meaning that 1 can no longer go into this cell. And after eliminating 1 from this cell, I know that the digit 1 in block 3 is forced into column 8. And also, the 6-7 pair means that the other 3 open cells in column 7 form a 1-3-5 triple. This cell sees a 5, so they can be placed like that. Oh, okay, so now I see something. Alright, in row 6, 1 is a missing digit. This cell sees 1. this cell sees 1, and this cell also sees another 1. So in row 6, the digit 1 is forced into one of these two cells. And now look at the placement of 1 in rows 1 and 6. In row 1, the digit 1 can only go into either this cell which is in column 3 or this cell which is in column 8. And in row 6, the digit 1 can only go into either this cell which is in column 3 or this cell which is in column 8. And now you have this pattern formed by the placement of 1s. If I'm not mistaken, this is an X-wing. So how it works is basically the only two possible combinations in which 1s are placed is either like this or the other two corners. And it's a must. The 1s either go like this or like this. Now, this will take up the digit 1 in both columns 3 and 8. No matter if 1s are placed like this or in the other way, no other open cells in columns 3 and 8 can contain a 1, because they would see both of the 1s. So, from this X-wing, I can eliminate 1 from all other open cells in columns 3 and 8, meaning that this cell cannot contain a 1, which forms a 2-5 pair. Now in row 3, both 1 and 9 can only go into these two cells, but actually, again, this cell is in column 3, and it cannot contain a 1. So this cell cannot contain a 1 because, these two open cells cannot contain 1 because of the X-wing, and this cell also cannot be a 1. So in row 3, the digit 1 is forced into this cell, followed by the 9, which goes into this cell in the row, leaving behind a 2-5 pair in row 3. Wow, I did not expect to see an X-wing in a hard Sudoku puzzle by New York Times. Yeah, definitely, uh, just watch out for that. Okay, that was interesting. Okay, so now, these ones point right. And remember that this cell cannot contain 1, because it's part of the 6-7 pair. So it cannot contain 1. The digit 1 in block 3 is forced into this cell, which makes this a 1. Remember how our X-wing works? Alright. Now these 3 cells form a 3-6-7 triple. Okay, now, after I place this one, the digit 7 in block 4 is forced into one of these two cells, which are both in row 5. So 7's being here in block 4, which is in row 5, eliminates 7 from this cell. Because both of these two cells, where 7 is only possible to go into, lie in the same row, which is in row 5. So 7's here points right, and the 7 points down. So in block 5, the digit 7 is forced into this cell. You could have just also looked at row 6 and placed the digit 7 based on row 6, which could go, it could only go into this cell. Now, this cell is made a 4 because earlier I found out that these two cells formed a 4-7 pair. So that's how they're placed. And remember that the digit 7 in block 9 is forced into row 7. So from this information, I can force the digit 7 into this cell in block 8, followed by the 1, which is forced into this cell, and the 3 as well, leaving behind a 2-5-9 triple in block 8. Alright, this one points up, forcing the digit 1 into this cell in block 5, which makes this 2. Alright, unique rectangle, but not really going to use that. There is a 2, 4, 9 triple in row 6. Okay, so these 4s points left, and this cell sees another 4. So in block 7, the digit 4 is forced into this cell. Oh, okay, so, um, of course, this 7-8 pair. Oh, wait. Okay, I was just about to say that the digit 3 in block 4 is forced into row 4, because 3 cannot go into the 7-8 pair. So it's forced here, which are both in row 4. But what I just saw is that this cell now cannot contain a 1. So in this 1, 3, 5 triple, this cell can only be a 3, which makes this 5 and this a 1, which also makes this a 5. Right, this is 4 or 9. Oh, okay, this cell now sees 5, so 2 and 5 placed like this. This cell now sees a 2, so for block 6, it now sees 2 and 4, so it can only be a 9, which makes this cell 4, 2, 4, yeah, this cell's unknown for now. Oh, this cell sees 4, so 9 and 4, 2, 3, 9 triple in row 4, 3, 7 pair in column 8, but this cell sees a 3. So I can place 7 and 3 like this to complete the column. 6, 7, 6. This cell sees 3, so 3 has to go here in block 9, which makes this a 9 to complete the block. Leaving a 2, 5 pair in row 7. In row 9, the missing digits are 5, 6, and 9. This cell sees 6, so it's 5 or 9. This cell sees 9, so it's 5 or 6. This 5 points left, forcing the digit 5 into this cell in block 8, which makes us 9, 5, 9, 2. This cell is 2. 3, 8 pair in row 8. This cell is a 6 to complete the row, which makes us 2, 9, 6, 5, 9. We have got a 2, 3 pair here. And in row 2, we have a 5, 7 pair, but this cell sees a 5. So 7, 5, 7, 8, and this Sudoku puzzle is complete. Alright, so I finished today's New York Times Hard Sudoku in about 27 minutes. I do have to admit that I wasn't fully concentrated in, while solving, wasn't focused enough. But I feel like it was kinda tricky, because I did not expect to see the X-Wing formed by the placement of ones. So yeah. I'll go over the key spots as a quick summary. So apart from this, we had the 6, 7 pair, as well as the 1, 3, 5 triple in column 7. 6, 7 pair and 1, 3, 5 triple in column 7. Before that, there was also the 4, 7 pair and the 5, 9 pair in column 4. So we have these pairs of triples. And after that, in both row 1 and row 6, the digit 1 could only go into the open cells, which both line up in columns 3 or 8. So by this pattern, the only possible combinations for 1 to go in the cells are either like this or like this. So they took up the digit 1 in columns 3 and 8. So this forms an X-wing, and I could eliminate 1 from this cell and place the 1 and 9 in row 3. And from that point onwards, everything else just started collapsing. So it was mainly the X-Wing that stumped me for quite a while. Um, yeah, I don't think there was any other tricky spots. It was mainly the X-Wing. If you have any other approaches different from what I used, but still made it past and completed the Sudoku solve, feel free to leave a comment. I would love to know. And if you have any other questions or difficulties, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'll be glad to reply you. Hopefully this video helped. And yeah, this Sudoku puzzle might be slightly to the trickier side, but uh, once everything is explained, it is you find it more straightforward than um, at first. So yeah. Alright, today is March 6th, 2025. In this video, I've solved Wordle number 1356 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for today. See you all next time. Bye!